Hi, I'm Marilyn San Clemente of Stamp with Marilyn, and welcome to my creative playground. Tonight I'm going to show you the new Awash and Beauty bundle with the True Beauty stamp set and the coordinating dies that go with it. And this is a beautiful, beautiful set. This is a beautiful, distinctive flower pattern, and it's got some roses. It's got a few different flowers here, and it also has leaves and things. And this paper is just beautiful. And I'll show you the paper in a second. This is the stamp set. Oops, there we go. One of the things that's really cool about this stamp set is it does have this grid. And this grid will allow you to cut out this pattern. And for this I used a glimmer paper. And on this one I used the antique gold that is part of the texture chic paper, and to cut that grid out. And then there are stamps to cut out each of the flowers, and there's a couple of nice sentiments here for you. Here for you always, just because, with love, and you are a true friend. And so this is the paper, and let me show you that in detail. And I forgot. There's also these really beautiful new iridescent pearls that are part of this set. And what I like about these is they're similar to our other pearls, except that they have this shimmer to them, and they pick up the colors that they're on, that are on the page with them. So, and this is the paper. So this paper is a little bit different. It's a little bit darker in colors. It's got Mary Merlot. It has Mary Merlot, Blushing Bride, Mossy Meadow, which is a dark green, Granny Apple Green, So Saffron, and Balmy Blue in it. And actually, here's one that's very dark. This is the Mary Merlot, and you can see the Melon Mambo, and also Calypso Coral. That was the color that wasn't on the other sheet that goes with this. And then there's this pretty pattern with the Calypso Coral and the Granny Apple Green, and then also the Balmy Blue. And then this page is really cool. These are all the dies that are in this set. So you can cut this whole page out of dies, and I've done that, and I don't know where I put them. I will go find them. And then this page I love. I call this the bouquet page, and I wish we still had the oval dies, because I would think it would be really cool to cut some bouquets out of that. But I did some really cool cards with this page as well. And then this is Stampin' Up! Has done this a lot recently, where they have a design that runs across the bottom and the top of the page. So you can cut the page in half and then slice it into columns of 4, and you can get 6 card fronts with this page. And then let me show you the coordinating patterns on the back. So we've got a really pretty Blushing Bride plaid. That's definitely a Granny Apple Green, if ever there was one. Another Blushing Bride pattern. A Balmy Blue pattern. A Mossy Meadow pattern. And a really pretty polished pink pattern as well. So let me show you a couple of cards that I made with this. This is a card where I used that background sheet, the sheet that has the bottom layer and the top, and you can cut and make 6 card fronts out of it. So I used the card front, and then I wanted to be able to still see the card front, so I used a piece of vellum and cut one of the scalloped rectangles from the scallop and contour dies from the vellum. And so I added this flower, which I stamped, and then I added this message: you are a true friend with the fresh freesia. And just a really pretty card. And then I added the butterflies, the brushed butterflies, to enhance it. I thought those were really pretty. This is a similar card. It uses that other piece of background paper, and I didn't want to lose that, so I did the same thing. I cut a scalloped rectangle out of a piece of vellum, And then I did a little bit of a yellow wash on that to just bring out some yellow. And I added these yellow tulips and this polished pink rose with it, and the granny apple green stems. And I layered this. This is Mary Merlot, polished pink, and the designer paper. And I love that look with the dark and the light. And then these are the new polished pearls gems, and I just think those are beautiful. And then this card I did in 2 different shades. I did a So Saffron with a crushed curry layer, and then a white background. And I stamped off, I took a couple of the different stamps. I took the rose stamp, I took the different flowers. I took this flower, the rose, and I took this, and then I also used the tulips. And I stamped off and made a very light background. And then I used that really pretty glimmer paper and made that crosshatch design or grid pattern with it. So then, since we no longer have the oval dies, I did fussy cut this, and I mounted that again on a piece of vellum that uses the scalloped and contour dies that I cut from the scalloped and contour dies. You probably could just mount this directly on without the vellum, but the vellum provides a good base to mount it, and I also use dimensionals so that, oops, I could get that dimension on there as well. So this is another one, same thing, same layout, and I've got it upside down. Same layout, and what I used was, this is the Tahitian Tide glimmer paper, and that kind of matches the balmy blue. The Tahitian Tide starts kind of as balmy blue, and then glimmer paper has an ombre effect, so it starts later and then it goes a little bit darker. So you can see, so I used the balmy blue, and then the Tahitian Tide glimmer paper, which started with a balmy blue and gets a little bit darker. And then again, I fussy cut the flowers, and used a scalloped rectangle. And then these are the really pretty iridescent pearls. So thanks for stopping by and checking out my cards tonight using the new Awash and Beauty suite, which is an absolutely gorgeous suite. And I hope you've enjoyed this. Looking for stamping tips? Go out to my website at stampwithmarilyn.com and sign up for my weekly newsletter. Thanks so much for stopping by.